Hi everyone, and welcome to 164 Diecast. In this video, we are looking at the Hot Wheels two-car collector set called Moon Equipped Truck Set. This set, released in 2001, was part of the Hot Rod series released by Mattel and marketed towards adult collectors. This set showcases two trucks painted in Dean Moon's Moon Eyes yellow paint scheme. The cars included are a 1938 Ford COE box truck and a 1956 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Dean Moon was born on May 1st, 1927 in Minnesota and passed away on June 4th, 1987 at the age of 60. Moon's family moved from Minnesota to Norwalk, California, while Dean was a very young boy. He spent the remainder of his life in Norwalk and, as a teenager, began working on hot rods, with his first project being an Austin Coupe. With this, Dean had a lot in common with Big John Mesmanian, who raced Austin Coupes himself and is the subject of the 2004 Hot Wheels two-car set, Classical Gassers. Moon became involved in dry lake racing in the 1940s, and sometime around 1950 he founded Moon Automotive, which was later renamed to Moon Equipment. In 1960, he bought out his good friend Chuck Popkin's company, which manufactured ignitions, camshafts, and blower drives. In 1962, he moved his growing company to Santa Fe Springs, California, and in 1963 was a founding member of the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association, better known today as SEMA. Moon Speed Equipment was famous for its downward-looking eyes logo, which was created by a local Disney artist looking for some side work. One of the most famous products created and sold by the company were spun aluminum moon caps. Moon Equipment was a primary contributor and sponsor of Bonneville Land Speed Racing, as well as major involvement in NHRA racing. The Wikipedia website found here tells us this: the first AC Shelby Cobra to reach the United States, delivered to Carroll Shelby, was fitted with a Ford V8 engine and transmission at Dean Moon's shop in Santa Fe Springs in February 1962. This historic location at 10820 South Norwalk Boulevard is where Moon Eyes still resides today. When Dean Moon passed away in 1987, Moon Equipment went into a hiatus state until it was acquired in 1992 by close family friend and a Moon Equipment dealer in Japan, Shig Suganuma. Suganuma reopened the company and renamed it Moon Eyes USA and continued the original Moon Equipment business and traditions. You can read more about Dean Moon at You can find additional information about the Hot Wheels Moon Equipped Truck Set at the Mattel 100% Hot Wheels Moon Equipped Truck two-car set from 2001 is a special collector's item that celebrates the iconic American hot rod and custom car culture. It is a tribute to Moon Equipment Company, founded by Dean Moon. The company's distinctive Moon Eyes logo is a hallmark in the world of auto racing, street rods, and engine building, standing for quality and integrity. I hope you enjoyed this look back at automotive racing history, and, as always, thank you for stopping by 164 Diecast, and we will see you in the next video.